Hey, in this video you're going to find out why it's awesome to be paralyzed sometimes, and the biggest question I always get asked, and how my answer has changed over the years. Hey, I'm Webb and I'm an inner peace guide, and it's funny, I don't normally do videos about me being paralyzed, my disability. I normally do a lot of videos about being awake, enlightened, inner peace, but I very rarely touch the subject of being paralyzed and in a wheelchair. Well, I broke my neck 27 years ago, September the 1st, 1991. I dived into a swimming pool. I hit the bottom quite hard, and I was instantly paralyzed. And one of the questions I get asked all the time is, why am I always so happy? And it's funny, the answer to that's changed over the years. And I always used to, when I first broke my neck, I was in the hospital for nearly 12 months. All I wanted to do was get out of bed and get on with my life. I didn't lie in bed thinking, oh, I'm never going to walk again, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that. So I focused on what I wanted to do in life, and I wanted to get on with it. Look, I'm paralyzed, suck it up. How can I get on with my life? I didn't want to stay stuck in bed. So I focused on what I could do. But when people ask me a question, how come you're so happy? How come you're so positive? And I used to answer the question all the time, well, I choose to be. It was like I made a decision I was going to be happy. But I'm sorry to say that's rubbish. I didn't choose one day at one point to be perfectly happy for the rest of my life and always be positive. Not at all. It's a decision that is not made just in the moment. You don't make a decision you're going to be happy for the rest of your life and that's it. You live it eternally in bliss, enlightened. No. It's a day-by-day decision. It happens all the time. You wake up in the morning and you decide, right, today, what am I going to take from today? Am I going to be a victim? Am I going to go around all day thinking, oh, I'm fed up because I'm paralyzed and I can't do this? Or today, am I going to focus on what I can do and get on with life? Whichever way, I'm still paralyzed. I'm still in this position. There's no changing that. So I can either choose to be really fed up and miserable because I cannot play football, or I cannot do all the things that able-bodied people can do. I can be really fed up with able-bodied people that can do things and they choose not to do things. I could be really annoyed by people that come in and say, oh, my legs ache because I've just done some walking. I could reply with, do you know what? You're lucky you can walk. It doesn't change the fact that I'm still paralyzed and their legs ache. It's still there. It's still the same situation. All I've done is added fuel to it. I've just annoyed people. So it really is a moment-by-moment decision that you've got to make in your life. How am I going to show up in this moment? And talking about happiness, it really is generated from the inside. Now, I'm going to use a metaphor here. It's probably not my best metaphor. People like my metaphors. I don't know why, but it's probably not. Take a donut machine, right? I don't know why a donut machine, but let's go with it for a moment. You've got a donut machine, and it's got all the ingredients. It's got everything it needs in the morning to get going and make donuts, right? The donuts are the happiness. Okay? You see where I'm going with this? The donuts are the happiness. Well, the machine has to make the donuts from within. The machine cannot sit there and go, give me donuts. Because the whole idea of the machine is to make the donuts. Man, if you translate that to our happiness, happiness has to be generated within. We have all the ingredients to do it. We have all the ingredients to have a really crap donut or a really, really nice donut. But instead, we don't generate those donuts inside. We buy them. We go and get them when we want better and nicer donuts. And I'm not saying you should stop eating donuts. I'm just giving that as a metaphor. We need to make our own happiness. That machine, there's no good that machine buying in donuts. By nature, if we want to be happy, we have to generate it. But we cannot suddenly decide one day, I'm going to be happy. That's it, done. You have to decide every single moment. How am I going to show up this morning when I go to maybe a kid's play? Maybe you're going to work and you're showing up, and most people at work are kind of hard to deal with. How are you going to show up? You've got to decide. And the thing is, you think you're making a decision all the time, but we're not. We're some of our habits. So you go into work and you're sitting there and you just do the same thing you do every single day. Well, break that cycle. Today I'm going to show up. Every moment that I remember, I'm going to smile. I can't change the situation. At least I can be the nice donut in that situation. Be the nice donut in the office. Can't believe this metaphor is working, but it is working. So, and did I say in the intro, I said, when is being paralysed awesome? Well, when the work needs doing, like the dishes need doing or the bins going out. I used to hate putting the bins out as a kid. I used to get in trouble for it every week because I used to forget. I don't need to do any of that anymore. So there's a gift in everything. There really is. Even being paralysed, I get to not do some of the mundane, boring things in life. There's no point in me doing dishes. They tried making me wash cups and dishes on the spinal unit when I was being rehabbed. Seriously, it took me like 15 minutes to just wash a cup. I've got better things to do with my 15 minutes than wash a cup. So yeah, I have people wash my cups. I have carers do that kind of thing. So yeah, being paralysed sometimes is awesome. And I'm really bad at jokes as well. So when is it good to be paralysed? When the dishes need doing? That's why I'm not a comedian. But look, be the happy donut. Generate the happy donuts all day. I'm going to stop that metaphor now. It's gone a bit too far and we all want to eat donuts. We're all fancy and a nice... Look, happiness is generated on the fly. It's not something you decide and then for the rest of your life you're going to live in bliss. It's decided every moment, again and again and again. So the next time you show up at work, the next time you pick the kids up from school, the next time you make a cup of tea for your partner or they make a cup of tea for you, generate that little bit of happiness inside and be thankful with a smile and allow it to consume your whole body, because you can be happy. But it's a choice, and it's not a choice forever. So when people ask me, how are you happy and positive? I say, because every moment I decide to be. And the times I decide to be miserable, it is also a decision. So what do you want to decide? Do you want to decide to be miserable and add horrible stuff to the world? I don't want to swear because I can't get advertisement on it if I swear. Or do you want to show up as adding good to the world? You can either add really foul tasting donuts, or you can bring really nice donuts to the table. Your choice. But don't be hard on yourself if one day you struggle. Don't be hard on yourself if one moment you really just show up as miserableness. It's okay. Move on. Next time, show up as happiness. But it's got to be generated from the inside. You have all the ingredients you need in any given moment to show up from inside. And if we do it from our heart and we do it from our bodies instead of our heads thinking, the head doesn't feel anything apart from a headache. The only thing that head feels is headaches. Otherwise it thinks. And that's okay. Watch my other videos if you have too much thinking or things like that. If you're an overthinker. But yeah, that's my YouTube video for this week. Tune in next week. I'll be posting a new video every week. Please subscribe. I go live on Facebook Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday at 4 p.m. UK time. I think it's about 11 CST time. I get confused. Yeah, take care guys. Namaste. And thank you for subscribing and thank you for being there and thank you for commenting. Let me know. How hard do you find it trying to show up in every moment being happy? Hey, congratulations, you survived till the end. Just want to tell you about my new book for 2018, How to Create Your Inner Peace. You can download it free on swebb.me/book.